should document it.
I'm gonna be like Ed Orgeron when he runs.
Yeah.
At the very highest sun point during the day. Have you heard that?
I haven't, but that sounds like something he would do.
He takes a daily run at the highest sun point of the day in Louisiana. Ed Orgeron.
Why?
Because he's a tough...
Ed Orgeron, top 5 personality the last 10 years in college football, period.
Yeah, and he even admits that he can't really run anymore because his knees are kind of fucked up, so he just kind of drags himself, but still.
That's impressive. To do it every morning?
At the highest highest sun or whatever.
Where do you think that is in Louisiana? I thought Louisiana would be like pretty flat, not a lot of mountains.
I don't think he does that. I think he just like whenever the sun is the hottest.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, so like is that like 3 or 4 o'clock?
4.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right. Yeah.
Interesting.
Calories.
Did you click the button? Did you?
Are we?
Well, fucking punch that shit.
There we go.
Well, let's rock, dude.
Shout out to Edo.
Edo, yeah.
Coach O.
We'll start with Edo every time if we could.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo. What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, I said let's rock.
I didn't say roll.
Well, let's rock.
And roll.
There we go.
And roll.
And roll. Welcome back, guys. Benchwarmers podcast. Another week. We are back. Ben's here. Brand's here. CTS is here.
Yo.
Episode 15. See the jerseys. Lots to talk about today. Lots to diagnose with the Seahawks and their starting quarterback. And we'll move on to just other things.
Other things.
Yeah. But let's start with the Seahawks because they're reporting to camp on Tuesday.
Yep. OTA started. OTA'S are ending.
Yes.
And majority of people showed up.
Mm-hmm. Russ was a little bit late, but that's okay.
It's okay. Most quarterbacks probably were.
Sure.
So we'll take it. But there were a couple of big storylines during OTAs, and a couple stood out. Do you want to start with one?
Sure. I just liked what people, outside of Russ's presser and what he said about.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
That's its own segment. My number one takeaway was Metcalf's, Lockett's, and even Wilson's comments on Waldron's offense.
That was one of mine.
And was it?
Yeah.
Oh, God,
that's okay. That's
one
okay.
for one.
That's okay.
Just they said how complex it is.
I just said Shane Waldron's playbook.
Yeah. I feel like that's a big guiding factor for this year. Exactly. That's different can be good. Different can also be, is this going to be a big learning curve? Is this going to be, obviously this is Russ's 10th year in the NFL. So,
wow.
Damn, bro. Like this is.
Time is full.
Exactly. And the offense that he's been in have been pretty similar from Bevel even to Schottenheimer. And so.
Kind of Pete Carroll's thing.
Exactly. He likes to,
branch out a little bit here.
Yeah.
Hopefully he, lets him continue branching out when he calls
Absolutely.
plays and stuff like that. I was there right there with you with Waldron's playbook because I think Russ was kind of the main one that I was reading about was just saying how intricate, how much different it is.
Yeah.
And I think the difference is what really got me.
Yeah.
And I think, from what you've seen of the last two coordinators is that, I'm already forgetting the last coordinator's name here. Schottenheimer. He had some creativity at times.
For sure. Those first 5 weeks were fun to watch.
Exactly. But it always reverted back to run, play action, deep
throw
ball.
it deep. And here, cover 2, just shut that up.
Here, I think you're playing more horizontally than vertically.
A lot of slants, a lot of catch, make one guy miss, and get
lots
them to
sweeps.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking for speed.
Absolutely.
You're looking for all athletic guys, guys that can move. You got that with your receivers, that's for sure.
That's there.
Hopefully your offensive line can, pull a little bit and move around a little bit. That can be big. Your quarterback, Russ, is,
he's
one of the best
play
in the
great.
game.
Exactly.
Should be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And you got a barrage of tight ends. I don't know. And we got Gerald Everett, who was part of that system last year.
He's very familiar with it. So hopefully
you got a barrage of other guys who are supposed to be really good. So you never know.
And I'm so ecstatic for Colby Parkinson.
Yeah, we've talked a little bit about him. Yeah. And we don't really actually think he's probably going to be a tight end.
No, I know. A hybrid. He's going to be a pass catcher.
He's going to be out. He's going to be split out a lot.
When Jimmy Graham came here, I didn't like that for what we gave up with Unger. But when he came in here, and I sort of got one of the beat writers, I don't know if it was Condada or whoever, asked him, was like, are you ready to block here? And he's like, I'm 6'5", 260. I can block anybody. I'm like, Jimmy, you lined up with your hand on the ground for the Saints maybe twice in your entire career.
Yep.
Outside of that, he wanted to be, if he was going to be franchise tagged, he's like, I want to be franchise tagged as a wide receiver. They make all the money, and that's pretty much what I am.
Yep.
But when I think of Colby Parkinson only dropping 1 or 2 balls in his entire Stanford career.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Love that.
Yeah.
And he's 6'7".
Yeah.
Weapon.
Yeah.
Weapon.
Just throw it up to him.
Yeah,
Let him
that's
see what he
and
can
with
do.
Waldron's offense is what I'm looking forward to is slant routes, underneath routes where Russ has that 3-second clock and boom, fire a ball and just let them.
I get you.
DK makes one guy miss, he might be gone.
Totally.
Might be gone.
Yeah.
Or even lock it. We'll see what Eskridge can do in space, and I'm excited about that.
Totally. On the other side of the ball,
Mm-hmm.
I guess the storylines that I'm kind of looking at that have kind of been hovering around OTAs have been KJ, where art thou?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, where art thou, KJ?
Yeah.
I like
he's
that.
still sitting around. I mean,
Yeah.
not sitting. He's not, KJ. He's probably working out.
Yeah, staying in shape.
Yeah, exactly. But he's unsigned.
Right.
It's a free agent. Sounds like he's just trying to, figure out the best thing for him.
Yeah,
which,
best situation.
At his point in the career, that makes sense.
For sure.
I feel like the best possible place for him is Seattle, though.
Yeah, when I think
At this point, 'cause
yeah.
I'm not sure if he's going to get the exact, price that he wants.
Nope.
And I think Seattle would be able to pay him anything else that any other team at this point wants
Yeah.
to pay him.
Yeah.
And that just seems like the smart decision for it to come back here
For
at
sure.
any price tag. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
your
similar
homes
to-
are here,
you know.
your family's here. It makes the most sense geographically.
It's still a competitive team.
Yeah, we're still. Yeah, come on. You can't just think that we're not just because we're going through some changes and a little bit of friction in the locker room or whatever guys want to make of that.
Still got a
But-
top 5 quarterback in the league.
Period.
Yeah.
And what I think about with KJ is that's why one of my storylines is Darryl Taylor and Jordan Brooks and their emergence and how big they need to be and how we can't be. I mean, Brooks is a first-round pick and Taylor would have been our first-round pick, but we figured that we could get him in the second, and we did. So these guys need to be big-time contributors now. This year.
And then, if KJ doesn't come back, it's Brooks.
Yeah.
And I think that could be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I just, at this point, at this rate, I feel like bringing KJ is probably a smart move. Anyways.
Yeah.
That's
For just veteran leadership.
That's what I was just kind of thinking.
For sure.
And just in case Brooks can't do everything
right
there.
Yeah.
KJ still can.
Yeah.
And sometimes we do have 3 linebackers on the field.
Yeah, and he's coming off his 2 best years, man, of ball, and especially last year. I did not expect him to have the year that he did last year.
KJ is really good in coverage.
Yeah.
So,
very
really
true.
good
Yeah.
in coverage against tight ends.
Yeah, and I think of that Minnesota game, that primetime game. He ended that game with that interception. He makes plays when they need to be made, and he's a Seahawks legend. I hope 50 gets retired at some point. That'd be really cool.
And that's just a little bit of bringing him back for me. I think honestly, it's just a good move.
Sure.
For winning games.
No, for sure.
I think
exactly.
So,
yes, it's not just a veteran voice in the locker room, even though he's probably lost a step and. You can say all these things. I thought he was going to lose a step last year.
I think ultimately,
best year.
if you're trying to win the Super Bowl, it's a good move.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
saying.
that's
what we need to be all in on because, like I said,
that's what any team should be all in.
Exactly. Yeah. Another storyline for me is Jamal Adams. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think that might be number 1. I don't know why I have it so far on my list. I was just rattling these off.
Just gonna grab my water bottle.
You're good. What are we doing? What is the plan? Yeah. Apparently, he wants to be paid like a top edge rusher, which is $20 million. We want to go $18 million, which would be a nice raise for the safety market of Budda Baker making $16.5 million to push him up to 18. Little tip of the cap. Love what you do in coverage too.
Sure.
But he wants to be paid like an edge rusher, and I'm like,
but you're not. By the way,
you're not.
Yeah.
You're not an edge rusher.
You're not.
In reality, like we said this last year, Ryan Neal could have gotten 6 of those 9.5 sacks.
Yeah.
He was wide open, uncovered, on no chip from a tight end. Any player could have made those sacks.
And even if he hadn't gotten I don't know. You're not a defensive end no matter what.
No, you're not. You're a safety.
Yeah.
A 3-tech safety where you can come into the box.
Yeah, and even then.
But he struggles in coverage, but he's not.
That's
he's not like horrendous in coverage. He's not like, oh my God, it's a problem.
Yeah, but I feel
injuries, I think, played a part in that last year with the shoulder.
If you want
problem.
to pay him a little bit more than Budda, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't think he can make more than, the 5th highest paid defensive end. That would be too much money.
No, I don't care. Like I said,
that's just too much. But unfortunately, we are kind of stuck.
Yeah, exactly. So
we traded 2 first-round picks for him.
Right. So we are under no doubt.
So we're kind of fucked.
Yeah, could be. But yeah, this is just a matter of time before we do it. If it's north of 19, I'm gonna be really upset. Even though you asked me in January, I'm like, he's gonna ask for 20, 21, just because of those stat numbers. But if I was Pete Carroll, I would put on that film and say, why don't you look at what Bobby's doing on these plays that you got sacks, what Poona Ford's doing, what Carlos Dunlap was doing, where you were maybe having to go through a running back.
Yep.
Ryan Neal makes those plays. Marquise Blair could make those plays. Like, it's not.
I get you.
So
I'm right there with you. I
think those are very.
I like Jamal a lot.
Yeah.
But man,
I feel like we're like forced to like him because of what we gave up for him. So it's not forced to like him. I think he's a great player. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think he's great for that locker room. I love his confidence. I love his attitude. I love his voice. And he's a leader. He's a leader. He's a natural born leader. So, and
hard hitter.
Exactly. And we only have so many more years of Bobby Wagner where we're going to need another voice, another alpha male to be in this locker room to teach the young guys and stuff. Especially we're going through a bit of a change on defense. So
another voice in the locker room that could be that I was thinking about the night, and this name has been hovering around. It's similar to KJ, is an old Seahawk.
Oh yeah,
Richard Sherman.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm reading about Gilmore a lot.
I know, and that's another one. And it just,
but we obviously have to make a trade.
I know,
and that's where it gets sticky a little bit.
Sherman seems like the more practical option, just because he's gonna be.
I think Gilmore could play all 16 games.
And don't get me wrong,
yeah,
like Gilmore is the better option.
Well, for sure.
I mean, no doubt about it.
No question.
I just don't know if he's the practical option because he's going to cost a lot. I don't know if we can have that many picks to even give up for him, or the players to give up for him. Or,
yep. I think what I read, I think he's due $7.5 million this year. So if we
maybe the cap either, I don't
exactly.
know.
So you're gonna have to move money around, and we can do it. You don't need players' permission. Just fucking say, hey, we're gonna pay him bonus money, and we'll just make money appear in the cap. So
that was kind of the thing. I think the overall storyline is just improving the secondary still.
Yep.
And Sherman could do that.
Sure.
We know Gilmore would do that.
Yeah.
So it's just improving the secondary. That's just kind of my other storyline.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a secondary. Obviously, it's good to see Blair back. He's fully healthy, going through stuff, so he's going to be a part of that. Still have Ugo Amadi.
I just don't. I mean, like,
I know. I thought he was going to be a difference maker this last year. You get hurt in week 1, and we never really find out about it because he was just lighting up training camp.
Ugo never gets an opportunity.
Exactly. So and Trey Brown now, and obviously Trey Flowers competing for that other side of DJ Reed. But God, I want a one lockdown guy. Just
like
one
an old Sherman.
Yeah,
a guy that can lock up and hold.
Yeah, and also teach also teach the guys. And dude, we heard why you are who you are. With you got coaching from here has made. It's not that you didn't bust your ass, but we gave you the opportunity. It was us that took a chance on you. So. And he's another guy who I think 25 is going to be retired at some point.
For sure. The whole Legion of Boom probably will be.
But
except for Brandon Browner.
Yeah,
for obvious reasons.
Yeah, man, what a career path. Yeah,
that's just
that was like a that was bad. That was bad.
Do you have another Seahawks storyline that you might?
Yeah, just like our interior defensive line depth. I know we've taken our flyers on first rounders, and Robert Kimdiche is not a good player. Like,
I think Al Woods will take up 3 holes there.
Sure.
All season long.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. But I just love Al Woods. So.
Yeah. We love Al Woods. Yeah. Big Al Woods. Yeah.
I'm just kidding though. I get you though.
Just taking flyers on these guys. We've done it with, Deion Jordan.
Definitely.
Ezekiel Ansah. Ziggy Ansah. Just take a flyer.
Yeah.
And just see if they're going to work out, if they want to bust their ass, and see if he can restart his career, because it just never really worked out. He has the physical talent. This guy is built in a laboratory, 6'4", 300 pounds, moves quick, but just never really could put it together.
Man, why am I blanking on Collier?
Yeah, LJ.
A big
year for him, and his usage. Like, how much are we actually going to use him? So yeah, and obviously Poona, Reed getting him in there.
Poona's big. So Reed was the biggest cut,
right,
and that probably hurts your depth right there.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Like when I think about when we were really good and the depth we had, especially on the interior there, when we were just flooding in guys.
Secondary.
And obviously, yeah.
Had Walter Thurman third, making plays out of nowhere.
It comes down to your depth. When your backups could be starters on other teams, even in your own division or across the NFL, you're going to be great. You're only as good as your backups in the NFL. So,
I don't have any more. Did you have any more, or should we move on?
No, let's get into what everyone wants to fucking talk about. Yeah. Cash, he made that.
Kobe.
All
right. Yeah. As you would say. Respect. The biggest storyline of the Seahawks OTAs, and maybe just a lot of
Fuck
OTAs.
yeah, the NFL. This is
Russell Wilson. He finally had a press conference and finally talked and answered some questions about the supposed trade, the supposed trade requests, and the supposed list of teams that he was he would be willing to be traded to.
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was.
Where do you stand?
Did he actually address all of those things though?
Yeah. He talked about all.
I mean, he kind
of beat around the bush on a lot of it.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, okay.
And so,
deflected.
So I think what really made yes, I think I saw. Well, I didn't watch the entire press conference.
Okay,
but I read a lot of the answers.
Sure.
I read a lot of the questions.
Yeah.
And I think what pissed me off the most about Russell Wilson was that he said, "No, I didn't request a trade." But yes, there was a list of teams that I would be willing to. Dude, come on, dude. We're not stupid.
And exactly. And for him,
come on.
We're not passive,
just taking blatant shots at the media that we created this storyline and we're trying to, come up with this narrative that you were doing this. I'm like, it was your fucking agent, man.
It was you.
And it was you who didn't say that. Exactly. And then he comes out and says, I never requested a trade, but here's where I would go if you did.
But
what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly.
Don't push that you didn't do it when you did. So that's why Russell
That's what pissed me off the most. Was like, we're not dumb, dude.
No.
Don't treat us like
we're not naive
stupid.
either.
Don't
what the
treat
fuck?
us like we're stupid.
Yeah.
Don't tell us that you didn't request a trade, but then tell us that you did have a list of teams that you would be traded.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
these
dude.
big market teams that you could build your brand and all that stuff. Because Russell cares about the spotlight. He loves when the spotlight's on him.
And a lot of quarterbacks too. And listen, I'm not mad about the teams that you requested, but don't lie to us and say that you didn't request a trade when clearly you did, and you had a list of teams that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
He must have been so self-aware when he said that.
I would have been less angry if he said, no, I didn't request a trade.
Yeah.
And no, that list of teams was bullshit.
Yeah.
Then I would have been, you know what? You're probably still lying, but at least you're lying in order here.
No, for sure. Yeah.
At least you got your lies
have some context.
Yeah,
exactly.
Are webbing together here.
Yeah.
You're not even making any sense at this point.
Yeah.
Dude. You're just lying straight out now.
Yeah.
Straight out to us.
You're
not even trying.
When I think about the situation, I think about the situation with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, a far worse situation. And he didn't even request a trade. He didn't come out and say, oh, if you're going to get rid of me, I'll go here.
Yeah.
I'll go here. I'll go here. No. He's kept his mouth shut outside of saying that he's upset and he's upset with ownership and whatever.
Now I wonder.
But Aaron's a better quarterback and he isn't pulling this shit.
And I'm not doubting that, but I wonder, and I've always heard that Mark Rodgers is a bit of a different breed of football.
He's a fucking baseball agent.
That's the problem. He's not a football agent.
Yeah.
He's a baseball agent. And baseball business is done a little bit differently than football business.
A lot of bit different.
And so I'm curious if that's a big reason.
Yeah, it could be.
It's been different for Russell at times than other primetime quarterbacks. That this baseball agent just makes more shock waves, like baseball agents do. Scott Boras, for example, than football agents do.
No doubt about it. And that's
the biggest football agent I can think of that makes all these big moves, and I'm thinking of Drew Rosenhaus. Yeah, Drew Rosenhaus, and also Brett Favre's old agent, Bus Cook.
Oh,
but those are the only two that I can think of out of thousands of agents during the time. Baseball agents you can name like a bunch, and they do the same thing over and over, and they all have like their own sources and shit like that. So it's just like, I wonder if that's part of the reason why.
Yeah, the thing is with Russ and him saying this stuff, man, he's under a fucking microscope this year, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
If he takes one sack on his account holding the ball too long because he can't see or can't make a play because he's not as fast as he used to be, I hope there's fucking boo birds inside of fucking Lumen Field.
Yeah, and I know that he touched on that.
Because that's bullshit.
He touched on that in his press conference, and he said, I thought that, or no, not that I thought, but I was talking about all of us, not just the offensive line. I was like, well, Russell, you were talking about the offensive line, and I'm okay that you were talking about the offensive line, and I get that you're just giving the quarterback answer here, thing. But at the same time, I didn't mind him, critiquing, No, I don't think critiquing the offensive line, but just getting better players for the offensive line. Because, listen, they were just putting bums out there at certain points.
No, there's no doubt.
Revolving doors.
Yeah, and you get a guy like Gabe Jackson to come in, and obviously Lewis's emergence as a rookie, and he's only going to get better. Bringing back Posich and stuff, and Shell's a little bit of a question mark on the right side, and then obviously Dwayne Brown's got 1 or 2 years left in this league. So
draft Forsythe, you never know.
Yeah, and Forsythe, obviously, hopefully he can be a part of our future. I hope he can. He's got the. Jesus Christ, he's huge. Yeah, but
massive.
Yeah, these comments by him, I hope that everything's been fixed, resolved. They'll all say that everything's hunky-dory and Seahawk land inside of the locker room. We're all friends again, and we're here to win a championship. How many times did Russ say reality in that? Oh, he didn't watch the presser. I swear to God, it was like 25 times. Like, but in reality, I'm here, and I'm here to win it all. But the reality is, or I'm like, dude, what? Dude, stop. I understand you have scripted answers since birth, but like, it's crazy how much he said that. It was almost like he was nervous. And like not nervous, but dude, you had to expect that. You had to expect that you're going to get grilled with these questions that you deserve. Dude, you started our January. We're already pissed off with the way you fucking played against the Rams. Yeah. And then, a month later, the Super Bowl happens and you just look dejected and pissed. And no, in reality, I should be pissed off that I'm not playing. It's really cool that we saw PG-13 Russ. He said pissed off to the press. He said pissed off, not ticked off.
T'd-o'd.
Yeah, I'm TO'd. Yeah, or I'm ticked off.
I'll never knock Russ for like his he wants to win.
Oh, I'm not. That is great.
Yeah,
that is great. I just feel like there's a way to go about it
for sure
that he just missed the bus on.
I get you.
I know we always talk about. I just can't stand his passive aggressiveness.
Oh yeah,
it's like, can you just show one
perfect
true
for Seattle?
human emotion?
Yeah, one human trait. Yeah, just fucking lie. Like do something against
call him
the
a robot. Like they call him Robot Russ. Like just kind of no emotion, not much.
He's just been media trained since like forever. Like he just knows everything to say and the right thing to say and whatever. But I hate that the narrative that he's pushed that the media is this big bad conglomerate that's just against him and wanted us to
he's not the only
Pete Carroll.
one.
No, I know, and I understand
that's people's just typical response
for sure. To
blame the media.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, dude. Your agent came out and contacted people and saying, "Hey,
yeah, exactly.
If you want my client, this is the markets that he wants to play in."
And you didn't say no to your agent.
Exactly. You didn't say that. Me and Mark weren't on the same page there. You could have come out and lied.
And you're the boss of him, by the way. You could have said no. I don't want to do.
Yeah, he works for fucking you, not the other way around. So. Yeah, I don't know.
I get you.
I do know. I'm just he's under a microscope.
It's just business.
Period.
But unfortunately, I don't think Russ is a great businessman. Like he's not like
I don't know. He's doing all right.
He's got a lot of brands. You mean like
well, yeah, because his image.
Yeah,
yeah, but the fact.
But like, I just feel like he's for football business. He's not a very good businessman. Like, I think even like scouting players is not very good. Like he wanted to sign Greg Olsen last year. That didn't work out. Like everything that he wants to do, like football wise. Never seems like off the field. Never.
I remember when, he wanted to be in those meetings and in those free agent talks, and like I should have a voice.
Like if he ever wanted to become like a GM, I don't know if it would work.
Yeah.
I don't know if he could be a GM.
Yeah.
Gotta be cutthroat.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's like
it's a business, and you can't just like a guy just because he's cool and he's.
He can do his water. He can do his his supplements and stuff like that. Yeah, and all that, and
for sure.
Fine. But I just don't know.
If
a football, like a further football career after his playing days is going to be there.
I know he wants to own a team. I don't know if he would general manage, but I think he wants to own one.
An owner, for sure.
Yeah,
put Russell's
could be in his future.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Sierra loves that one.
I'm just curious on what this season is. Is it the let's get Russell an MVP or let's win a championship? I just need to know.
It should be.
It always should be. Yeah. It's a team. It's a team thing. So. Yeah. And that last year, it just looked like we were, padding his stats, throwing from the 1 yard line a bunch and getting him some touchdowns. And obviously those first 5 weeks were just outstanding. And then teams started running cover 2 and we just hit a wall for 9, 10, 12 weeks.
It's true. And the best thing to do against cover 2 is run the ball. Mm-hmm. Run the fucking ball. Mm-hmm. Get a physical offensive line.
Or just run like short, intermediate routes and just, we'll take this 6 yards. We'll take this 7 yards.
With that. So
I hope so.
See.
Yeah.
Anything on Russ before we move on to a different kind of football?
Oh, yeah.
It's football, but it's college football.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
College football had some news.
Yes, they did.
It hasn't passed per se.
I think it will, though.
I think it will too. It's just going to a big meeting next week.
I think we knew that 4 teams.
Presidents. We knew that was going to expand at one point.
It was just a placeholder.
The news is that a 12-team playoff is a proposal.
Yes.
6
games. 6 playoff games rather than 4.
Yep. Sick. And then how would it work? It would be your Power 5, all of your conference winners are automatically in, get automatic bids. And then you get, I think it's 1 at-large bid. I'm pretty sure. Or was it 2 at?
Or 2 at-large bids, excuse me.
2 at-large bids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense, I guess. I'm all for expansion.
Okay,
I was
sweet.
all for,
Me too.
I was all for expansion. I just thought the 8 might have been.
This could be another placeholder. Maybe in 5 or 7 years again.
I just think that 12 is a bit much because all 10 conferences having a team in seems like a bit much. Maybe
that's a lot, and everyone loves an underdog story, so that's great. But I also like watching them.
I was thinking like 8 would cover that pretty well.
And that's the thing. Like underdog stories are cool, and then I personally like them watching them get smoked by just a superior opponent.
And that's what I'm saying.
We want Bama.
We're gonna see a lot
Clemson.
of teams getting smoked by Bama, Clemson, Ohio State, even Oklahoma probably
for sure.
But that doesn't mean that we're going to see the occasional upset, which is
right, exactly.
Which is what college football is all about.
Exactly, and that's
sports is all.
That's what the best stories are. Almost,
exactly.
Is when
so
David
I am
goes
for
up
it. I would have probably preferred 8, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain too much because we still got expansion.
For sure.
A couple like what I mean, like you read there with me, I guess.
Yeah, 100%.
I guess the only like implications I think this would have is that there are some independent teams that are going to have
Notre Dame. Where do they fall?
And BYU.
And BYU, yep.
And
very true.
Probably a couple others too. I think any independent team is going to want to be part of a conference.
Sure.
Because, like you said,
I feel like they have got to go 12-0 to even have a seat at this table.
Exactly.
I really do.
And like you said, the 10 top, the 10 conference champions make the tournament.
Exactly.
So that's 10 out of 12 teams right there.
So you got 2 left in it, and then you got to go to
your odds.
That's where divisions and conferences could just fucking disappear.
So that was another thing right there.
Yeah.
Is that divisions.
We're just going to take the
divisions within conferences.
Yeah.
They're going to be obsolete here pretty soon because
could be.
I think conferences are going to want to put their top 2 teams in there, no matter.
Period. If they're in the same division, the Big Ten, the Legends,
they don't want to see a
ones.
7-5 and 12-0 team play. They want to see a 12-0 and 11-1 team.
Yeah, they just happen to be in the same division. Yeah. So no doubt about it. I think that could be in our future. I mean, I think about the Pac-12. The South has been bad for so long. It's usually the teams in the North are the ones who represent our conferences. Obviously, UW, Stanford, Oregon. That's pretty much it. Those are the Power 3. But
what year was Arizona pretty good? It was like within like the last 5 to 6 years, I feel like.
I thought they've been bad for like 10.
No, they had one good year under Rich Rod, and on the Athletic, they had an article about this playoff format within the last 10 years.
Oh yeah, and who would make it,
or who would be that Arizona would have made it as a 12 seed.
Yeah, I think about UW.
Which is hilarious.
No, I know. Yeah, that's stuff that. And teams like that are going to welcome to the big dance. Yep. Yeah. So, and obviously with seeding, one's going to play.
But I think, even though these teams,
or they have buys, excuse me. Sorry.
Even though that these teams might get crushed.
Sure.
I think it's good for them.
Yeah.
Because they're
still tuning in. It's not like I'm going to go.
For sure. I still think that they're going to, make these playoffs.
Sure.
Like, say a Coastal Carolina, for example.
Okay. Or
Coastal,
a UCF or a
sure,
Central
one
Florida.
of those. Yeah, exactly. One of those smaller schools.
Yeah.
I was thinking like UCF kind of already has. You know what? It doesn't even matter. It's kind of the same thing. Say one of those 2 teams, makes the playoffs, and even if they get obliterated by Bama, Clemson, Ohio State,
sure,
whatever, they still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They still, in the eyes of a lot of high school athletes out there, be like, oh shit, that's a team on the rise right there.
For sure.
And so they get higher recruits,
exposure,
and then later on in the future they can start competing a little bit more.
Yeah,
they're not just made up of like 2 and 3 stars.
And that's for shit. You could be
4 and 5 stars.
You could almost be invited to a bigger conference. You could, or with conference expansions and stuff like that, which I think could also happen.
So I think this just opens the doors in the future for a lot of teams to get better,
no doubt,
and compete. And we won't. And I hope we won't just see the same 4 teams, 4 teams.
Man, I'm so tired of seeing Clemson, Bama, and Ohio State.
And mostly Bama and Clemson and Ohio State. Every once in a while, Oklahoma will be there. But, you don't want – we're just tired of it. And I think this opens the doors to, less competitive teams being more competitive in the future.
And that's the thing. When this isn't basketball or that's pretty much it. It's as far as, series. This is one game. And whatever team plays the best is going to win. So it's not like you can have an off game.
And it's a very physical game, too.
Exactly.
That's the thing with football is, if you're bigger and faster than another team, you're not going to have, that's going to be a big advantage. Like in basketball, you can kind of get away with it.
Sure.
Because you can, the shots can get lucky sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes shots just don't fall here.
For sure.
But football, you can really make it
no doubt. You can change the tone. You can change the momentum. Momentum is fucking ginormous in football. I don't think it's close in any other sport.
You can physically impose your will in football. Yeah. Basketball, it's a little bit tougher.
No doubt.
So.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, it will be interesting. I'm excited for it. I'm all for expansion.
Yeah, I'm all for it. When I think of when you talk about your UCFs or Boise State or just smaller school, BYU, smaller schools.
Yeah, exactly. Boise State's a big one.
They'll probably lose to Alabama, 10 out of 10 times, if not 9 out of 10. But it just takes that one.
Yeah,
that one game where everything clicks.
Yeah, and you never know that
plays are made
and recruits. Yeah, or commits. It's gonna be hard to compete with Bama.
Yeah,
but they're gonna start beating maybe teams like. Texas or
your bigger blue bloods.
Exactly. Teams like Michigan, teams like that, which they kind of already do already sometimes.
Sure.
But more regularly. Maybe.
Yeah.
And they maybe actually more start competing a little bit more often with Bama and Clemson. And
any chance to create more parity in this league is good for it. Is good for it. So that's where we're at.
NFL. NFL is great at parity.
Yep.
And it's one of the greatest leagues.
Ever. I really do. I think that's the hardest championship to win is a Super Bowl, just because of how any given Sunday, man, it's not just a phrase. It's, whoever prepares the best, plays the best, executes the best. It's one thing to have a game plan. It's another thing to actually fucking execute it. So it's hard to do.
I'm all there for it. Okay. Anything else on that subject? I guess we'll just move on to loose ends, huh?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm with it.
What are we at?
30.
30? Cool.
With it.
I had a couple of topics. I think the first big one we want to talk about was pitchers cheating.
Yeah.
Is it called cheating?
Fuck, I don't know. Apparently, according to Garrett Cole, this stuff has been passed down from generation to generation.
And I think it has.
For sure.
And that's actually one of my big things. Okay, so just kind of back up here and just explain what.
Did you watch his presser?
I did watch it.
Or not the presser, but just like the.
Yeah.
It's awkward, man. My skin was crawling a little bit.
I think he knew that he was.
He was dumbfounded.
Have you seen Trevor Bauer's numbers since this has happened? The spin rate is
what
way
about
down.
DeGrom, man? This man.
Let's just back up and just explain what's going on. So for probably a long time, probably since the 50s, 60s, probably even before.
I think even before. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably since the start of baseball.
Yeah, could be.
I think, and it's been proven. Pitchers have doctored baseballs with some sort of oils
substance,
or
petroleum jelly.
Yeah, any sort of slick substance to make the ball spin more.
Yeah.
Which makes it harder for the batter to hit.
Exactly.
And, I think back in the day when hitters were hitting the, cover off the baseball, and steroids were rampant.
Yep.
It made a little sense. It made some sense.
We got to compete out here somehow. And
But my big thing is and Al Leiter recently came out and was like, well,
Al Leiter, legend.
It's been going on forever. Why are we complaining about it now? Why we're complaining about it now is because pitchers are
dominating.
They're unreal now.
220 league-wide average.
They're all just throwing 100 plus.
Yeah.
They're all throwing as hard as they can.
And they're dotting corners.
And they're
their curveballs.
Even without their freaking
without the off-speed
jellies
stuff. Yeah.
Like that, they're still throwing spin rates unreal.
Yeah.
And so you add this, all these substances in, it's unhittable. It's not a fun league to watch.
It's already hard to do. You know what I mean?
So that's why things I think need to change.
Yeah.
Because pitchers have changed.
Yeah.
The game has changed.
Athletes have changed. Yeah, no doubt.
So, yeah, it just needs, I think, and I think baseball is starting to crack down.
Yeah.
They said
they would.
Yeah,
Let's see if somebody gets caught with something inside of their glove or on their hat or whatever.
Or on their skin.
Exactly.
We watched that video of Gaylord Perry the other week.
Right, yeah.
He was literally rubbing
right here.
Everything.
In his hair. All this stuff.
Yeah.
The only thing
remember Major League when
God.
Yeah. That's the Gaylord Perry character in there. Yeah.
That is. When I think about this, obviously I think it's bad for the game, even if it's been going on. Something needs to happen. Either we need to go back to
what else was happening for a long time? Racism.
No, yeah.
So
but going back to
not comparing racism to by the way, just
that was tough.
Sorry.
I'm in shambles over here. No, you're good. But what I think about, if you don't have enough grip, why don't we raise the laces a little bit? Why don't we change the baseball or make it more juice so these guys can actually hit more doubles and homers?
I think they're just being babies.
No,
I think they're just being babies. So you're just not less dominant anymore? What the fuck?
For sure. But what if I said that I think that there's probably some hitters out there, and I forgot who said this, but I heard it. They almost would rather them have more control because they're throwing them 98, 99 miles an hour.
Just right in the head.
Exactly. And they're throwing it, from an elevated.
This year, just getting hit right in the nose.
From an elevated standpoint, these guys need to be controlled. This is
maybe lower the mound a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, push it back. I don't want to fuck with the dimensions of baseball because I think that continuance and that continuity there is just why baseball.
Let's get rid of substances. Let's just completely ban it.
Yeah.
for like 2 or 3 seasons.
What would
what happens?
What would your punishment be? Let's say somebody gets caught with something inside of their glove or in their hat. 5 to 10
to start off. With.
Okay.
No fine.
That's a couple starts.
I think maybe like a fine of like 5,000 too.
Yeah.
And then you miss 1 or 2 starts.
Is it majority starters that you think are doing this because they're obviously pitching the most? You think it's relievers that do it more?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone. Yeah.
Is there
You're
a
probably
cap
right.
on it? Like first time you get caught, it's 10 games. Second times you get caught.
Yeah, I think it's like
rest of the
steroids.
season.
Yeah, first,
I think
second,
it's
and third
steroids,
offense.
yeah.
Yeah. From
I think it builds up. Yeah.
it's 80 for one-time offense, right? It's half the season.
Yeah, it's not as bad.
And then a full
as steroids
season,
to me,
and
but
then and
I think if you got caught like 5-6 times,
Jesus
with
Christ.
substances,
Yeah.
with pitching substances, you should probably get like a 2-year, 3-year ban and really think about it.
yeah,
If you want to come back and really try your career again,
Right.
So be it.
for sure.
But I think you should have 5 chances. You know,
Okay.
the 4th time you're like 80 to 100 game ban. Like that's serious.
If you want to crack down on it, it's got to be something like that.
And 5 times you're gone for 2 to 3
Yeah.
years, dude. Sorry.
I don't know what
stuff
else.
like that.
I mean,
what,
I feel that's a lot of chances 5 times even.
You know,
Jesus
and-
Christ!
like,
yeah, not a
I just-
3-strike program.
I just think that substances isn't as bad as like steroids.
Sure.
per se.
Right.
But it's
yeah.
still
no
an
doubt.
issue,
Yeah.
and it needs to be taken care of.
When
So,
you
yeah.
think when you guys watch baseball, man, do you like 9 to 8 games or do you like fucking 1 to 2 just pitcher showdowns?
even
Fuck
like
those,
7 to 5 would be.
I
great,
want to see
you know?
homers
I
and
wanna see
doubles
hits.
and
Sure.
stuff. That's what makes baseball awesome. And I'm not
And I
saying
love seeing
that
the
That's why
pitchers.
the steroid,
I love
steroid
seeing.
era was
I
awesome.
love seeing a good pitcher go
for
out
sure.
there.
Like I'm
and-
loving what DeGrom is doing. That's
Absolutely.
unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
But I don't like seeing every single pitcher do that.
Exactly. These
regular
no names.
basis. Yeah.
These guys that
The
aren't
fact that
Cy
there's been like
Young.
9 no hitters this season.
Right. Because when I think about Garrett Cole is one of the more talented
Sure.
pitchers in the last 10 years.
Sure.
And Bauer, obviously, DeGrom, what he's doing is incredible. I think of a guy like Max Scherzer. I think he just got hurt recently, or on his last start. But those players like that deserve to be celebrated because they are just physically better than most pitchers. So when you give them substances to make themselves even better, and I'm not accusing anybody except for Garrett Cole. That guy was just taken back, like about the spider tack stuff. He's like,
Well, you know.
yeah, there's stuff that's passed down and stuff. I'm like, you could have just lied there. Like, no, spider tack. What's
I think
that?
the fact that he was on the Astros too, it just
Doesn't help. He's
been caught.
No
in a
doubt.
lot of
No doubt. But
shit.
he was really Pittsburgh is where he came from. He was really good there. So and a guy like Jacob DeGrom.
Well, I think he's really good. He's just been caught up in a lot of shit. And
Sure.
has known a lot about this shit. And
Sure.
has been completely upfront. So
yeah, no doubt, and that's what I think about that. But I'm not accusing DeGrom of cheating. I mean, he's got more freaking RBIs hitting than he's given up this year. That's just bananas. That just doesn't make sense.
I think a lot of these guys are good.
For sure. This just makes them better. It's
Yeah.
it's like the Astros cheating scandal. Dude, you guys have number 1 picks, number 2 overall picks. You're already a talented team, and then you fucking cheat and shit. That's why we're pissed.
It was like
That's
Barry
why we're
Bonds
pissed.
taking steroids. He didn't need to take steroids.
He was already a great player.
He was already going to be a great player.
Yeah. No doubt. And then, I mean, you talk about, McGuire and Canseco and Sosa and all these other guys. But, man, those are highlights, man. Baseball is one of the most exciting plays in sports. So
Yeah, that's true.
that's what sells. That's what I like
don't
to
know,
watch.
Yeah, I just like it to get fixed up a little bit, and so the hitters can have a chance.
Yeah. Even though, I mean, now it's a home run or a strikeout. I feel like is the way this
Yeah.
league is going. It's
Yeah,
like
no,
that's
for
where
sure.
there's no one cares about just hitting line drives into the gap. Like if you do, great, but they're not like planning for it.
Oh,
They're
the
trying to.
shift is completely to the right.
Yeah.
Then I'm fucked.
Where
I'm
do you
not gonna
stand
be able to
with
hit
where
the
do
left
you
at all.
where do you stand with
I'm
that?
done.
Do you think they should? No, I'm not saying to get rid of the shift because I think it's a cool strategy, but I think everybody should have to stay on the dirt. I really do. If you're gonna put that many players, you know what I'm saying, where they put their shortstop
what
in
you're
like
saying.
in right field or in left field, it's like,
I guess what
dude,
it comes down to me is like, if you're an MLB hitter and you
fucking
can't-
learn to hit the other way.
Yeah, that's
I'm
just
sorry
my
to interrupt
biggest-
you, but fuck, I'm
No,
right there with you.
because you're completely right.
Yeah.
I had this talk with Mylan.
Oh, did you?
We were at the Mountaineers game and we were just talking about it, and like,
About the shift specifically?
yeah, and like, to me, the shift is not like an illegal substance that you're like,
Right, it's a
adding,
strategy move,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
It's like the zone in basketball.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's just putting bodies in places where it
Tough
fits,
passing lanes and
it
stuff.
fits for that strategy.
Right.
So to me, I don't have any issue with that.
Sure.
Wherever you want to put people,
Whatever.
so be it.
Yeah.
My issue is if the hitter can't hit around it.
Yeah.
You're an MLB hitter, dude. And maybe
Learn how
it's
to fucking bunt.
Maybe the substances might help. Who knows?
For sure.
But yeah, that was just my big thing, man.
What I think about that is I miss when base hits up the middle where base hits up the middle.
No, I get
it's so
I get you.
You're a batter up there. You're already facing these guys.
One
that throw
reason
98.
why is because the hitter can't hit to the right.
Exactly. There's so many more pull hitters than there are. I might call them slap hitters. That's kind of like a
Bounce
softball
hitters,
term, but
just bounce
exactly.
hitters.
Yeah.
Just guys that can hit all over the place.
Exactly. Just spray the ball. But now it's pulling, exit velo, elevate, or what is that? Not the elevation, but like the
Exit velo.
No, not exit velo. The launch angle.
Oh, launch angle. When everyone's trying
So
to hit
many
home
players
runs,
are
yeah.
obsessed with the launch angle right now.
Sure.
They're like, dude, we're trying to elevate these because, like they said, these guys are throwing 98, 99.
Yeah.
If I can just elevate
Get a
this
hold of
ball,
one, yeah.
it's gone.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? But it's on you have to hit it. You have to make
you
a
have to hit
contact.
it. You have to hit 99 miles per hour
Exactly.
and not just whiff on it.
Yeah. And
Especially when you're
sometimes
swinging as hard as-
these pitches are coming at 94 with movement.
Yeah.
With
Sometimes they're
movement.
coming in 99 with movement.
Exactly. Cut little, glove side
Sometimes they're
run
coming
on
at
it.
103 with movement. Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah. And that dude DeGrom, the guy throws 100 through the first like 4 innings, and then he's only at and then he's at 98, 99 in the fifth.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I, coach? What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? I can't fucking see the ball.
It's unreal, man.
Yeah.
It really is unreal.
So where I'm at is obviously I know it's a lot. It gives them a lot of control where they're not. I'm not saying they're going up there and they don't know how to locate a fucking pitch, but if anything to help them grip the ball from not.
Which rosin should.
Exactly. That's the substance that's
Which
allowed.
is illegal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only
It's
thing
been
that's
around
allowed.
forever and it's legal.
And exactly.
Just
So
to help you grip the ball.
I don't think that you should need anything
Like
fucking
basketball.
else. Yeah.
And LeBron does his little chalk toss and gets
Oh
his
yeah.
resin and
Yeah.
helps
Is that
him grip the
rosin?
ball.
Is that
I think it's like chalk, but it's kind of like rosin.
Yeah.
It's supposed to help you grip the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not that I'm against it. It's just that change the baseball then. Raise the
Yeah.
seams.
I think my main
or-
thing is athletes have changed,
Yeah.
pitchers have changed, and the game has changed. And
Period.
therefore,
I think
advantages for pitchers probably should be taken away at
Yeah.
this point. They don't need the advantages anymore.
yeah. Something's gonna have to happen with it. The dimensions of baseball and baseball, just the old heads are gonna be pissed if that happens. And I would be mad too. I'm like, man, it's been 60 feet 6 inches
Keep
since the
yelling,
beginning of
keep
time.
yelling at the clouds.
Yeah.
Keep yelling at the clouds.
Yeah.
It's just gonna happen.
We might have to get with the times a little bit. I don't know. I don't know how Manfred's under a tremendous amount of pressure to.
The game has to change because it has to.
Who leads the league in batting average right now, and what is it?
I don't know, and I don't care because it's probably some person that I don't like. I probably have maybe never even heard about.
Yeah, God, I feel like it's Nick Castellanos. I don't know if I looked it up.
And like, okay, I know who that is, but at the
Yeah.
same time, like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
It's Nick Castellanos.
Yeah, I know.
He's not like a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not like.
Oh yeah, he's not Trout.
Yeah, he's not some guy that's been in year out and just been like a dominant player. You know, he's just he's good. He's a good player. He's a solid above average player. It's just like fuck.
I know. I'm right there with you. I'm gonna go to stat leader. I'm just curious, and I want to know what it is. If the guy's hitting 350 or 330 through June or through the middle, I was right. It's Nick Castellanos, and he's hitting 361.
Well,
that's just a talented guy. That's what that is, especially in a league. I think it's a league-wide average of 220. You take all 30 teams and you take their average. It's 220 right now.
not good.
That's a bad baseball player. That's bad.
Yeah.
Like
Sending him down.
yeah, like you're bad. You're a bad player, but
It's most of the
obviously-
Mariners lineup, by the way.
yeah, and they're hitting like 200. So
I guess we'll move on to NBA
Fucking up the
playoffs, huh?
average. Yes.
NBA playoffs, man.
Quick
Woo!
little gander here at the playoffs.
Suns in 4.
Suns in 4.
Yeah, it's
tonight.
probably looking like it. I
Yeah,
guess, huh?
that's tonight. Yeah, it'll end tonight.
Nets in 5.
Yeah, they dropped one.
Kyrie
Did you
left-
see Giannis? How
Kyrie-
long he takes to shoot a free throw?
Yeah, that was.
What are we doing?
Longer than a Usain Bolt 100-meter dash.
I heard that quote. Dude, that's incredible. That's incredible. If anything, if I'm shooting free throws and I'm struggling in this series, he's shooting like what, 10 or 15% from the line. I'm trying to get this over with as soon as humanly possible. Dribble, dribble, dribble.
It's become like a psychological thing for
That's
him.
what I'm saying. I'm like, so we need to do something different
Like
than
something's
what we're
going
doing.
on in his head. At
He
this
takes
point.
like
Yeah.
10 dribbles. 10.
And like deep breaths.
Yeah.
Spins the ball a little bit. Yeah.
Then he looks at the basket.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, just fucking
He's
go.
He's kind of a basket case when he gets
exactly.
going. Yeah. Kyrie did leave the game today, I think.
Oh fuck, he did. God damn it. See, I hate when injuries can ruin
Just alter entire
or
series.
change a series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
I
have
don't know if
Kevin.
it's serious though.
Yeah. I don't even know what Harden's like diagnosis is. Is he out for like ever, or is he out? Is he going to come back to the next series if they make it?
No clue.
Because obviously
it does look like the Suns.
Oh, for sure.
And then Clippers and Jazz.
Jazz is up 2-1. I think they play
2-1.
tonight.
Yeah.
Jazz are great. Donovan Mitchell, great player.
Yeah.
Clippers
just never seem to die. We always count them out.
I know. Watch them 4-7
they're
games.
Done.
Yeah, watch
And
them
then they keep
4-7.
winning games. I'm not sure. I just don't really know.
I know. Oh, for who's going to win that?
Since LeBron left, I don't really care about the playoffs
for sure.
anymore.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Do you guys still see the Clippers taking the West right now? I think Suns are.
Yeah. I think it's the Suns' year to lose. I really do.
I think the Suns. Yeah.
I've never been a big Chris Paul fan. I was really upset when he didn't go to the Lakers because of David Stern was worried about competition.
Really
that was dumb. But
that should never happen in any sort of league.
Yeah. I was upset with that. But with Chris Paul, I think if he wins a championship, automatically top 5 point guard of all time. Vaults him in there. I really do. Statistics.
I gotta look at the list and all that, but
well, I mean, obviously Magic's untouchable.
Chris Paul's pretty damn good.
I know. It just, dude, his
championship.
mid range is bananas.
Is Luke Rittenauer up there too?
Yeah. I was so upset when we took Luke Rittenauer in that draft.
Oh my God.
I was so pissed. Not only is he an Oregon Duck, so obviously I'm just like, I'm
he's
supposed
the pride of Blaine, dude.
I
The
know.
pride of
He's
Blaine.
from Washington.
It's a beautiful town.
Yeah.
His first year, I remember his first year.
Dude, he looked like an 8th grader playing
and he
basketball.
was terrible.
So bad.
He was
Couldn't shoot, couldn't
He's like
pass. He was
he's
slow.
like knockoff Kirk Heinrich.
Yeah, he was.
Knockoff Kirk Heinrich.
And we got
Walmart version of Kirk Heinrich. Yeah.
Didn't we get Collison and Rittenauer in the same draft?
Yes.
Yeah.
At least Collison was like
Collison was just solid.
He was okay.
15-year fucking.
Yeah, he played a long
with
time.
OKC too.
Yeah, he did.
Luke Rittenauer though, after his first year, he bulked up a little bit.
Yeah, remember
he
that?
Real
He
solid.
ended up being a decent player.
Yeah, he ended up. Yeah, his first year though, I was like, oh, it was like,
Man, we were so upset with that.
Fun.
Yeah.
I actually, I don't know. I have to look at the list of the point guards and all that, but I could see that. I could easily see CP3.
Yeah. I really
fighting with Rittenauer for that 5th spot.
Yeah. I'm with that. Yeah. That's funny. But I've never like rooted against Chris Paul like ever.
Yeah, me neither.
So like watching him now going to, I mean, he even took OKC to the playoffs last year. So that's
true.
And they were
really bad.
Really bad this year. Yeah. So then him going to a new team, obviously, I know Booker's really good. Obviously Aiton's progressing into being hopefully a perennial very good center for the next,
Jay Crowder is also really fun to watch.
Jay Crowder.
Yeah. Jay Crowder's
he's just a winner.
Yeah. Wherever he goes, he's exactly. That's where I love Chris, and there's no way that even if they drop tonight,
I'm not gonna lie.
care.
I've also stopped watching the playoffs or not really pay attention because I lost a lot of money on Game 3 of the Nets Bucks.
Oh fuck!
I bet on the Nets money line.
Shit, I probably would have too. How much was it?
Yeah.
Don't want to talk about it
Too much.
Now you gotta say it.
And
Say it.
I'm not gonna say it, but I owe money to the bookie on Tuesday.
Oh fuck! Tuesday's coming.
So I was pretty pissed off at the Nets.
That sucks, dude. Bucks were just hitting shots.
It was the first quarter.
Yeah, it was.
It was the first quarter.
It really was.
I mean,
did you? So you watched
Nets,
that?
I watched the entire game.
Oh,
I don't watch a lot of entire NBA games anymore.
But if you have money on it, we're tuning in.
If I have that much money on it,
we're tuning in.
I'll say this, Comrun. If I have $50 or above on a game, I'll definitely be tuning in.
Okay.
If it's lower and like I'm kind of busy and I gotta do stuff,
yeah,
then I'll do my stuff, do whatever I gotta do. But I'll make sure to tune in if I got $50 or more.
That's so much range. It could be 50 to
that's
1,000.
That's up to you. That's up to your imagination.
Comment if you want to see Noah Ben actually bet.
But yeah, I was pretty pissed. But so was Huey. So was Jacob.
Oh fuck!
And Huey even told us not to bet on the Nets. He says the Nets are.
He thinks they're going to drop one.
He fucked them. The Nets fucked him over during the regular season a lot. And so
he's got a vendetta against you. You know what? Don't ever bet on these guys.
And he hadn't bet on the playoffs for a while. Mm-hmm. And then I group texted him and Jacob being like, "Hey, Nets tonight plus 140. Gotta take them. Dogs." And Jacob was like, "Yeah, for sure in." I was already in. Last night.
Did Jacob do it? Did he put down some money?
Oh, he was in like before I was in.
Oh fuck!
Huey texts back. He's like, he's like, "All right, you guys are in. I'm in." He goes, "But it is the Nets." Yeah, blah. Then they lost, and then I texted back being like, "Well, Huey was right."
What else do you say?
It was the Nets.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah, fuck the Nets.
Fuck them. I don't know. We'll see if.
But I'm,
I don't know that Kyrie exited today. That sucks. Not that I don't really care for Kyrie, but
there, but
that's shitty. So I got Kevin. Kevin's a good player, but we'll see.
Do you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about loose ends? I had one more thing, but it's not that huge.
What do you got?
It was Olympics.
Oh,
just overall.
Just how close they are to.
I don't know if they're going to be happening.
Are they going to go on?
I don't know.
What city? Where are we supposed to be?
They're Japan. But
Tokyo.
COVID is supposedly on the
Running.
rise there again.
Been on the rise, yeah.
And so I just don't know. Like what I keep hearing is like basketball is not going to be like loaded. Like it's going to be very like Damian Lillard might be like the biggest name on that team.
Did he commit? Did he say he was going to play?
No, but he says he really wants to play.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck.
And like you gotta take him.
Yeah, we'll take.
Dame is gonna be the biggest name on there.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just
a bunch
don't
of young
know.
guys.
I honestly don't know if like athletes are like willing to travel over there right now. You know,
I wouldn't.
Like,
I wouldn't risk it.
They get a check for that. They gotta get a
sure.
check.
Oh, for
but,
sure.
Like I just don't know if it's like worth. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I mean, it's usually it's like a.
It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Because the Summer Olympics are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like basketball for sure is fun. But like the rest of the Olympics are tons of
all
fun.
the events.
That's what I'm saying. Like Summer Olympics are
gymnastics
the
and
best.
swimming and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tune
so-
the fuck in for that.
I'm hoping that it happens. I'm just, oh man.
I'd be nervous too. I would be, just with the cases I know are going up over there. And like you said, why would people take a risk to do that? Just for, I mean, I know it's an honor to, compete for your country and
but
whatnot,
pandemic
but
doesn't always happen.
man, exactly. So
Is it gonna have asterisks on these Olympics?
like who takes the gold? Yeah. I don't know. I would be even with just Damian Lillard. Is it just going to be like just younger players? Like would Jason Tatum go? Like I don't know who else they would get to.
Jaylen Brown, he's not even healthy.
Yeah, that's the other
I
thing.
have no clue what the roster looks like. I'd have to kind of look and see what's going on with that. But from what I heard, like you're not getting LeBron, you're not getting like Anthony Davis, you're not getting KD, you're not getting Kyrie, you're not getting like
Steph.
Harden, you're not getting Steph, you're not getting Clay, you're not getting
Pretty much the people worth
any of these guys
worth sending over to dominate. Yeah.
So
it'd be interesting if they do go on. I always tune into what Damian does. So
Sure.
I think he could put on a show.
Sure.
Oh no, yeah.
Anything else that you guys want to talk about? We played some golf yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Used to.
Oh, okay.
We did.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I had this question with Adam when I was hanging out with him earlier this week, and and we were like, "Oh, that'd be a good question for podcast."
What do you got?
Well, we've talked about it, but it's not anything crazy. But like, when we do get our team back, are we going to be called Sonics? And do we care if we're called Sonics or not? If the new name is actually good?
No, bring back our Sonics. I don't want any other team name. We own the rights to it.
I just want to have a team back. That's all I care about. And like,
No, I want green and gold jerseys.
Bottom line, yes.
Green and gold jerseys.
I just want to make sure we're getting a team back before anything.
For sure.
I don't even care about the name right now.
I'm assuming we're already getting a team. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not even assuming that we're getting a team. That's the issue. Not even assuming. I just
Okay.
want to make sure that we're getting a team.
We're gonna get one back. There's no doubt. And no doubt.
I don't want to
a matter of when.
I don't want to get hurt.
No, I know.
I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah, we got our
you
hope.
sound like
We got our
he's
hopes
got
up in
a relationship.
2013 and with the Kings and stuff. So, but Stern came in and saved the day there. Where were you in 2008? Whatever. Not bitter about it. I'm still always gonna be bitter about it. But no,
Sacramento, Seattle, yeah.
Yeah, bring Sonics.
Go Sacramento, cool city, bro.
Yeah,
City's like tiny.
I don't know
Everyone
how they
cares about Sacramento, bro.
I feel
Cool
like
city,
Sacramento's
bro.
like.
Don't they
Everett
play the
to-
Arco Arena?
Yeah, cool city, Sacramento.
Yeah.
Have you seen pictures of Sacramento skyline?
Who wants
No.
to live in
It's like I feel like it's the Everett to Seattle.
It's like who wants to live in Sacramento, dude?
It's Tacoma of Seattle.
Oh, let's go to
Is it? Oh fuck!
Should we go to Sacramento or Seattle?
Is that San Francisco
Whoever
or,
said that?
or is that Seattle or
Whoever
Tacoma?
asked-
San Francisco and
or
Sacramento.
I feel like Sacramento's like Tacoma or like Everett. of
Whoever
San Francisco.
posed that question. Should we go to Sacramento or Seattle? Whoever posed that fucking question.
Yeah, for real.
Jesus.
Yeah, we've got
Fuck
the
you,
fan.
David Stern.
Yeah, we've got the fan base. We have the arena now, so just a matter of time.
The money.
And the money. Yeah, we have the market to succeed, and it's just a matter of time. But no, give me the Sonics back, green and gold.
I want the '90s jerseys.
Yeah, ooh, good.
Like with the
I
red
like
kind of in there.
Yeah, like the Vin Baker days, the Gary
Yeah,
Payton and Vin Baker
I
days
love
when we
that.
So the red ones?
I like the red jerseys, but I like the logo that
Desmond
has
Mason.
the red
Gotcha.
in it. You know, the one from the '90s.
Yeah.
I like the change that they changed, or when they went to they left.
Yeah,
in.
I didn't hate
The
those
Ray
either.
Allen days and Gary Payton
I didn't hate those either.
before we got Ray Allen. I like those. It was just like a tribute to like the past jerseys.
Yeah.
From the 70s and 80s. But yeah, those in the 90s Sonics were fun to watch too when they made that change to the green, red, and white jerseys. Then they had the red alternates after we traded Kemp. But
God, they were sick.
yeah, those were pretty cool. I don't even think about Gary Payton. I think of Vin Baker.
That's
right. And how much I fucking hated him, and how much he didn't try in games.
He had like one good year.
Yeah,
He was drunk.
yeah, he had
Putting up
a
double
serious
doubles one good
drinking
year,
problem.
and then it went all downhill after that.
No doubt about it. He was supposed to be so good, like so good.
Yeah,
for us when we got him from the Bucks.
Did I
we
have
get him
like
from the
NBA
Bucks?
Jam on my Game Boy back in the day?
Oh, was he partnered with?
And he was really good,
yeah,
and it was tons of fun. And then after that, it was
just
he was
no
not
bueno.
fun to use.
I saw something on him on YouTube. I think he's like owner of a Starbucks now, so he's back on his feet.
Good.
He's back on.
Good,
his
because I heard he was. Yeah, I heard he didn't he file for bankruptcy.
probably.
I feel like he
I don't
did.
know.
Who?
One of the-
Oh wait, who's the old Sonics owner? My God, blanking on his name. Starbucks guy.
Oh, Clay Bennett,
Howard Schultz.
Howard Schultz.
Howard
Sorry.
Schultz picked him up. Like this is like way
Should
after.
be like Voldemort. We shouldn't mention his name.
Shouldn't even
on
say
here.
his name.
yeah. Well,
Sorry, no, you're good.
he
But
who
you're
must
saying
not.
that
He
you're
who must
saying-
not be named.
But you're saying that he did something nicer.
Because I was very aware of Vin Baker's situation. This is even after he was done with the NBA. He played for the Celtics after.
Right.
I don't know who else, but
Yeah.
he pretty much picked him up and like I think took him to rehab or gave him that job at Starbucks and pretty much hooked him up with the position he's
Well,
in.
if that's true, it's good to know that Howard Schultz cares about his players at least.
Doesn't care about the fans.
Yeah.
What doesn't he care about us? The fans doesn't say
At all.
does
Fans
not
take it.
At all. So
just take
it's good
it.
to hear about that. He cares about at least
Yeah.
the players. So
Well, I got my Starbucks this morning, so don't be mad.
please don't give Starbucks a shout out on this
I-
podcast. Please don't.
We are anti-Starbucks.
Please don't.
Just haven't spent a dime in there since they left. I haven't.
Well, I guess that's it. Well, I was just gonna say we went golfing yesterday. So
Yeah, we did. Good weather, good games.
We didn't really play that well, but it was fun.
It's
I had
fine.
a good time.
That's golf, bro. That's how
Yeah.
it works.
It's a good time.
Sometimes you play well, sometimes you play like shit. That's how it works.
That's very true.
What's gonna be the Western Conference Finals? Obviously, Suns.
Suns Jazz.
Suns.
I don't think the Clippers can
Gotcha.
come back. I really
I'm
don't.
gonna go Suns Clippers.
And the
Okay.
What about
just
East?
to stir it up.
Brooklyn.
East, I'm gonna go Brooklyn Sixers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
1 versus 2. Right.
Let's
Phillies
see.
1.
Yeah.
Brooklyn's 2.
No, Brooklyn's too. Yeah. You're right.
So same thing in the West, 1 and 2.
I would be very interested to watch Matisse try to guard Kevin Durant. I wonder if he can do it. Matisse Thybulle. I just look forward to that because usually nobody can guard Kevin.
What
I
do you
just
think
wanna
about
see
Kevin Durant's security guard coming in and shoving PJ Tucker?
Wow. Did they
I didn't see
kiss?
that. I didn't see that.
That was, they got so close to each other's
was pretty
face. It was like
interesting.
that was
I just didn't know like
PJ Tucker's that dude.
I just didn't know you could have like security on the floor.
Yeah. And that's who PJ was mad at. He wasn't.
I don't get.
like
I
obviously
don't blame him though.
Exactly. He got
Like if it was
blindsided
if
a
it
little
was
bit.
like one of the other players, then like I'd be like, okay, like teammates standing up for teammates. But
Right.
like, Kevin Durant had his own private security guard like on the floor with him during
Mm-hmm.
the game, and him and PJ like kind of got into it, and out of nowhere, like they're him and PJ,
Yeah, they're
and each other,
scuffling.
they're, whatever. Out of nowhere, KD's like pretty big security guard, big
Yeah.
motherfucker, comes out of nowhere and just like body bumps PJ like
Mm.
hardcore, like. And PJ's like, what the fuck? And he just starts
Yeah, then he
going at
started
him.
freaking out like a lot more than he already
And I was like, I
was.
don't blame you. Like, fuck that.
Does he just
guy.
know who
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Who's this?
So I was like, what the? And everyone was like, who the fuck is this guy coming in out of nowhere?
Yeah.
And after the game, it was pointing out that it was Katie's private security guard.
Yeah.
Katie obviously didn't point out when I went in the game.
Because PJ fouled Kevin. It was a little bit hard, I guess, or something.
Listen, it's playoff basketball.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
it's
It was
his first
86-83 game.
No, for
Like, it's
sure.
gonna be
And
physical.
that's the thing. Like, if I was Kevin, I'd say, bro, I'm averaging 35 against
For
you
sure.
this series.
And also-
shut up, stop talking.
PJ's literally there just
Start
to
the
rattle
bus.
his cage.
Yeah, PJ doesn't do anything but play defense and set
play
screens.
physical basketball.
Yeah, and maybe hit a corner 3 every now
and
and
just
again.
kind of rough him up a bit.
Yeah.
And see if he can get in his head.
Yeah,
And he did.
I thought. Did you the rest of that game? I thought that shot was going in for Kevin. That buzzer beater at the end.
watched
that was dead on.
You thought so too, huh? I was watching the entire game with a lot of money on the line.
I'm sorry.
All right, well,
How much
let's
salt in the moon?
let's just end there.
Wait, how much did you lose again?
I don't remember now. Maybe in a couple of minutes I'll remember. Anyways, everyone have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe.
Like,
and
comment.
Follow us on every single social media possible.
All of them.
And enjoy this.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right.
Later.
Peace.
Peace.